What's going on, fam? What's happening? How's everybody? Beautiful day today, Sunday. I don't know if it's quite 80 degrees, but it feels pretty nice out here. It feels beautiful, actually. Got all the birds chirping, the geese and the ducks are chilling. The turtles came out the water to sunbathe. The guy in his fast car did some donuts back there. I'm sitting out here enjoying the day, which I'd rather be home, which I'm about to get up out of here. Ain't nothing happening. Who drinks water like this? Who does that? Y'all know. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know who does that. It ain't me. Who's that? Hmm. Oh, it's a duck. Okay. Well, I just came from a place called Big O Live. That's the other platform that I actually do videos on sometimes. I go live there. And I met some very interesting people today. Very, 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 very interesting. And they all had, not all of them, the majority of them had something in common. They had something in common, and it's right on the lines of some of the things that I spoke of. Uh, if they're not smoking, drinking, or getting high, they was doing all three. If it ain't one of the three, it was all three of the three. And you want to try to reach out to people in the best possible positive way that you can when you know that you stand against that you're not condoning any of it. So it's good practice for me to learn how to reach out and talk to people when they are in this troubled time in their life, you know? And sometimes it gets, it's a very delicate thing because you can't just be hardcore with somebody because of course their family is probably being kind of hardcore with them because see the family is attached emotionally, you know. And when you have an emotional attraction or connection with somebody, that you have a tendency of responding in an emotional way, and it comes out kind of hard sometimes. So you don't want to approach people with a situation too hard, but you want to be firm, but you don't want to be overboard and over the top because that literally can drive somebody further deeper into their mess, or it can cause them to fall into a depression, because they feel like, you know, that nobody literally cares. When you're trying to show how much you care, but you're emotional behind it, and then you come across as being, not so caring because you're saying these hard words. That's why it really takes some diplomatic thinking to try to reach people where they are when they're in a problem, when they're in a situation. Try to reach them where they are. That don't mean do what they do. That means simply, you know, find a way, find a entry, a place of common ground. You want to find a place of common ground, and then you try to reach them through that by sharing some of you, sharing a bit of what you had to go through, because you are literally, you know, sharing, opening yourself up in order to reach them. And these are things that you normally would not talk about. But once you see somebody going through something and it's similar to something that you've been through in your time and you know what you had to do to beat it, then you want to try to first let them know what they feel you understand. Not that you feel it. You don't feel what they feel, but you understand what they feel because you've been in a similar situation. So I've been finding myself practicing on being diplomatic, on trying to reach people where they are and feed them some positive word that might plant a seed to kind of change their direction. And it might not happen today. That's the thing. It's not instant. It's not a, snap of a finger. You say something, all of a sudden they're like, "You're right, I'm changing today." It doesn't happen like that. You know, it's just something that happens over time, and it has to be a seed that you may have to plant over and over again. So I met a couple of people with some situations. You know, I will not drop any names because that's not necessary. And I just thought that it is very interesting that these platforms that are built for us to be social on, it's revealing a lot of people reaching out for help. It's revealing people who are reaching out for help and don't know how to reach out, and they're doing the best they can. And they come on these lives, and you're either going to recognize it and say something that's going to be positive, a positive impact, or you're just going to go with the flow and invite them in deeper. You know, that part. And that is, that is a dangerous place to be on that receiving side, and then you hear them, and you may not even understand why they are sharing certain things with you, and they don't even know you. They share these things because they're reaching out. People reach out that way, and they don't know how to reach out. So they share a little bit of themselves. They tell you about what they are doing, or they will display it right there in front of you live. And you either gonna rock with it and never say nothing and just, act like you don't see it, or you try to find a way where where the door is cracked just a little bit, so you can come in with your morals and with your positive input and let them know that somebody care, man. They don't have to know you to care. And I think that's the misconception with a lot of people on these platforms. Just because you don't know them, there's some people who have genuine care for other people just because they're people. Not just because they look like you, but if you think about it, by the grace of God, there go you, or there go I. And God has blessed us to pull away from certain places in life that didn't take us too deep, that we couldn't come back from. Makes sense. Yeah. And this is, like I've always said before in the past, that this is a part of how we deal with each other that we do not like or care to talk about. That's always a danger in itself. And that is what these platforms, a lot of these platforms, are designed for. is that big distraction. It's the big distraction. I talk a lot about it on TikTok. I do more talking about these things on TikTok because that is where I got comfortable, and I want to share as much understanding that I've gathered. And I've been doing it more on TikTok. And I used to do it a lot on Facebook and Instagram. But now I'm coming back to YouTube. So I am basically from the ground up again, building this thing again, trying to reach out to as many people as possible on a more positive, uplifting note. But here's the thing about an uplifting note. When you're trying to be uplifting, sometimes you gotta talk about the pits and the downfalls and the scroungy ways of people. You gotta literally point these things out and do a comparison and let them know that you're not by yourself dealing with a problem. You don't have to be by yourself. A lot of people literally in their own room dealing with depression or dealing with an alcoholic, drug, whatever problem by themselves. They're trying to handle it alone, and they really can't. But reaching out without reaching out. Have you ever know people who kind of reaching out for help without asking? Yeah, that's what I'm running across a lot. I run across that a lot. People are reaching out for help without asking that they need the help. And we have to be concerned enough to even want to listen to people who are in trouble. You can't dismiss it because you want to be cool with them. I think that's a disservice to them, to dismiss their problem. And they're not telling you that they have a problem. They're just revealing certain things about them. And maybe deep inside of them, they hope that you catch on, that you might be that person to say something and guide them in the right direction because they want that. But they can't battle and shake that thing that controls them inside. They just can't shake it, you know? And it's like they're a slave to that thing. Whatever that is, whatever addiction or problem that they have, they're a slave to that thing, and they don't know how to shake the chains. And you might have the answer. You might be that person to have the answer to at least starting to shake off that demon that has this chain hold on them. It's a demon to be addicted to anything. It's a demon. And if you don't recognize that in people, or let's say you never know who's watching you. You never know. You could be operating a particular way. Like, let's say you're a negative person all the time. Always cussing, always smoking, always drinking, always partying, always this, always that. Never nothing good. And you really don't care who's watching you because you're doing you. But people are watching you. You're impacting people that you don't even know sometimes. And it's that part that I think that we all would be held accountable for at the end. You had an opportunity to run through this life and fix some problems or things that you may have created, or maybe influence others to do bad things and live that lifestyle. But you have a chance, an opportunity to change that. But you got to change it in you first. And by changing it in you, impact other people. Because they did make their choice to follow you. when you were in your negative. And they would have to make that same choice when you flip to your positive to follow you as well. Ultimately, it's their choice, but it's what you bring to their table, what you putting on their table, what you're suggesting to them, how you're trying to make this lifestyle of negative seem to be good, how you're convincing or impacting other people in a negative way. Because we're going to impact people, period. I don't care who you are. You could be the little hobo on the street, but you impact people. What's happening, people? My man. You impact people regardless. Now, it's a matter of how people receive. You know, how do you receive watching if you go somewhere and you see a hobo sleeping on the streets? How do you receive that? What is your response to that? What is what thoughts go in your mind when you see that? You just walk past it like it ain't there? Especially if they have a sign saying they're hungry, they need money. What do? Knowing you got some money in your pocket, do you give it? At that point, I found myself in my early age that I would walk past. In my later age, I would actually stop and see if there's anything that I could do to help. But if they sound like they're just trying to get money just to go get another high, I mean, if you're hungry, I'm going to buy food for you. If I got enough money to get you a room for the night, I'll go get you the room. But I am not going to just give you money to go out there and continue your recklessness. That part, because we really don't know. And see, that is a catch-22 as well, because we may not, we shouldn't have to be, a lot of people say we shouldn't have to care about what they do with the money, long as you bless them. You give them money and they go straight to the liquor store on the corner, or they go straight to the drug man on the corner somewhere. You know? And if you know that's happening, do you still give them the money and not worry about it, and then say to yourself, pat yourself on the back and say, I did a good deed today because I gave that man some money and he was in need for money? But if you knew what he was going to do with that money right away, would you give it to him? That's what we all have to kind of battle with. And I think that's why people just walk past. People just walk past. And I've seen some clips on social media where people with money, I guess they're getting paid by either YouTube or TikTok or whatever, they just receiving money and they go out and bless people. There's this one guy, oh, I forgot his name, got tattoos all over his face. What is his name? It'd be a good time to remember right now, wouldn't it? But he bless people all the time. He make these little piggy banks and stuff them with money, and he give them out to people, hard-working people. I think that's pretty. Just sometimes some random people will come by, he have money in a bag, he'll throw it up in the air and said, if you catch it, you can keep it. That guy. I like the concept. I don't like his political choices, but he's blessing people. So I don't think the political choices at this time really matters, because he's blessing people who need it. And I see a lot of Hispanics and a lot of blacks, and and whoever else he randomly come up on, he's blessing people. I wish I was in a position to do that. I would bless anybody. If I am convinced and I can see with my eyes, with my common sense, that they're sincere in their situation, I'm going to bless them. That's the greatest reward in the world, actually. Anytime I've helped anybody, I felt like I've done a good job, a good deed to help anybody that seemed to be in dire stress. I feel good after the fact. I feel like, you know what? I just did a good job. I did a good deed. And I like that feeling. I wish I was in a position to do more. And even though I'm not, I still have this small platform, and I speak on this platform as positive and as real as possible. I'm about to look like I'm about to get into a battle right now. There's a wasp humming around, and if he comes over here, I'm gonna have to shoo him off real quick. I don't want to get stung by those guys because they sting you numerous times. They go ahead now. I tapped them. They can sting you numerous times. They don't just sting one time. Like a bee, nah. I know a wasp got a hold of me when I was young, and he stung me about 5, 6 times, man. Just kept tagging me, man. And my dumb butt just, I didn't even know I was that close to their nest, man. You know? Well, I just tapped them on out of here. It's beautiful. That's the only part about summer I don't like. The bugs. The bugs. So yeah, family, it's a good feeling to help people. And if you can't help them physically, financially, you know, you use a little platform like this and you talk to them. Because there's people everywhere. You just got to tap into where they are, you know. And Big O Live, oh, there's a lot of people, man. They just roaming around. They just roaming around on Big O Live. And a lot of them are about the same thing. A lot of them, because they share that information. You know how they say misery loves company? And everywhere they click, there's somebody doing something that they do, and they're drawn to that. And then when they click on somebody who is the opposite, who is not quite like that, may have the look, but don't have the mannerisms, sometimes they stick around and they talk, and then sometimes they quickly just, I'm out of here. He ain't about what I'm about, and I'm gone. That's what I see a lot on Big O Live. I'm starting to understand more about the Big O Live platform. So that's interesting. Still checking for wasps. I don't want to get stung. But yeah, that's very interesting to, because I'm doing my own social media experiment. That's kind of what I'm doing when I go on these platforms and I get to talking. Maybe not so much on YouTube because I don't have enough people following me. But on Big O and on TikTok, it's pretty much like an experiment just to see how people would respond to a disagreement, especially when it comes to like the political world. Oh man, they come out the woodwork with that. And you know, I haven't really built up enough people here on YouTube yet to really do the experiment where it would be, you know, kind of fun. Yeah, I'm having fun. I'm really enjoying it. And sometimes some people push the right buttons and get me going, but you know, I don't stay there too long, and I try not to go too far when I get angry or upset, or mainly that's what it is. You know, I try not to linger with that too long because I know what kind of trouble it leads to. So for the most part, I want to lean more on. If you guys see me working out, I want to lean more on the workout, especially for the elderly people, people that are 50 something up. You know what I'm saying? And I think that what I bring is something. It may not be like the perfect thing, but it is pushing good health. It's pushing good health, and I think that is the way to combat the substance abuse. I will always say that because it saved my life numerous times. It helped me get away from drugs, alcohol, and it really wasn't a big smoker other than weed. But it just kept me away from that stuff. I was just too much more of trying to compete, not professionally or on a team or anything, but just staying in good shape. And now I'm 64, and I still operate this way. I still operate the exact same way. I mean, not exact, because I can't perform like I used to. I used to perform at a higher level, but I'm not like that now. But I still perform at a decent level at my age. So, and I want to share that with a lot of people. A lot of people tell me that I don't look my age or whatever, and I always come back with well, I feel every bit of it. I feel every year of my age. Just to be funny about it, because I do. You know, and I don't know. I guess maybe if I can get more people to start thinking more of their health, and I see a lot of health experts out here. Male, female. They have really Adonis-like bodies, and they're using it for something good. I don't have an Adonis-like body, so don't ask me to be ripping my shirt off trying to flex for nobody, because that ain't happening. But as far as the workout, that's something I know I'm capable of doing, and I'm pretty much a fairly good teacher. When I get into the teaching mode, there's sometimes I'll do these workouts and won't say a word. Between Sunday and Wednesday, those are my late nights. I normally don't get much sleep, so my performance in the workout is not going to be the kind that's just going to grab your eye and be like, hey, I like what he's doing. It's not going to be like that. You're going to see me dragging. I'm going to be dragging, and that's the truth. And I refuse to try to doctor up a video to try to make myself look like I'm perfect or good, at everything that I do. No, I think I have a different approach, and my approach is you get exactly what it is that I give. If I look good, I look good. If I don't, I want you to see that too. I want you to see the failures of me in the process of this workout thing. It's a journey for me, and you guys are open to take this journey with me and watch my successes and my failures, my beliefs, my disbeliefs, my truths. I try not to lie. I try not to cuss. So you won't get a bunch of lying and a bunch of cussing from me. But you'll definitely get the positive upside, the best that I can bring. And like I said, the failures of the workout. Sometimes I'll crash, and I'm just drawn. I'm just beat. I just can't do anymore. Or you'll see me still feeling like I can't do more, but I'm still trying to work, trying to give you the minimum of the 3 rounds. I may not be giving it with all the vigor that I have, but I won't stop. And that's one of the things. I got to get past the 3 rounds, and that is a success for me. If I'm sharing with you 3 rounds, it's a success. If I share less than 3, which I hope to never do, then that's a big failure. If I share more than 3, then that's a plus on the success. You see? So my worst days would be between Sunday and Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday should be the better days. That's if I don't stay up late like I've been doing. I didn't really go to bed early, not one time, all week up to this day. So I got to be careful of that because of my age. I am still trying. And it's like I know I need to go back to sleep on my days off, but once I get up, I just can't go back to sleep, man. I can go in there, and I have all the intention in the world to go back in that room, close the door, lights off, turn everything off, and I still don't go to sleep. So I pick up my phone. It's this phone. This is what's messing up my sleep. But yeah, I've always been like that, man. Once I'm up, I'm up. I could be tired. I could have 4 hours sleep. Once I'm up, I'm up. A couple of times I did fall asleep. That means my body was really tired, and I took an afternoon nap in the middle of the day, and I slept for about 2, 3 hours. So you know I was tired, and I felt good that afternoon for the workout. That don't happen often, but yeah, you know. Today I'm gonna leave early. It's going on 4 o'clock. I think I'm gonna leave maybe 5. I have to stay to 6 though. I think I'm out of here at 5. Cause as you can see, ain't nothing going on. Nothing. And I'd rather be home. I'd rather be in my crib, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Stupid thing went off. I gotta sign back in on this thing. If this truck sit too long when it's off, the whole Android thing just goes all the way off. And then I gotta go back in and put in my password and everything. It's called a pedigree. Pedigree system keeps track. That thing. It keeps track of my hours and stuff. Now the thing went all the way off because I had the truck off too long. It's the only way I can talk to y'all. Y'all can hear me. And then it reboots very slowly. Yeah, it needs an upgrade. Let me see if I'm still in there. It's about to show me something in a minute. Oh, excuse me, fam. Excuse me. Went to bed late again last night. Yep. I gotta sign back on this thing, man. Oh, I'm about to get up out of here. Nothing to work right. Let me slide this over here. Y'all can at least see the top of my head. Gotta sign back on that stupid thing. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Slow-mo. Let's get it. What's the problem? Alright, we in. I hate when that happens, but I don't like drinking water when I'm not thirsty. And that could be a problem. If you're not thirsty, you still should drink water because it's necessary for your body. You don't want to dehydrate. You need to stay hydrated. Yeah. What y'all doing? Anybody doing anything special, man? Anybody cooking out today? It's such a beautiful day. Anybody doing any cooking out? Can I put a backdrop on this? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. Normal? No. Skip that. I don't think so. So where's all the goodies, man? Hide all chat messages. No. It's a hard one, man. Trying to get back to where you got some followers on this thing. I must be start a poll. How do you start a poll? Let's see. Ask your community. What? All right, start a poll, bro. Did y'all hear that? Good. All right, let's see. Maybe I should try that. Let's see here, fam. Let's see what I can do here. What y'all doing over there? All right, let's see. Let's say yes. Let's say yes and see what happens. No, that's might not even be there, but I did try to set up a poll just now. And the question was, did you help somebody today? It doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter how. Sometimes if you just give good word, that's helping. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give somebody financial, money, or give them some type of gifts and objects and stuff. No. Did you help somebody? I helped a few people today, I think. I was over on Big O and I helped them out. I think I gave them good word that most people were apparently not thinking of giving good word. So that's about all I'm reduced to here on this thing. If I had a bunch of people follow me and I can get some checks, then I'll cut some checks out for everybody. Well, not checks, but yeah, I'll drop something in their Cash App. Yeah, most everybody, just about everybody I know got a Cash App, right? Maybe I should be up there trying to get some money in the Cash App. Put my Cash App up here. Yeah. Drop some money in my Cash App for my cause. You know? Would you drop money in it? And one person just ran off. I know I ain't that handsome, but that matter. You ain't had to run. We stop messing with people, man. That's why I ain't got no friends now. Oh, Lord. That's why I ain't got no friends now, y'all. Yeah, so let me see what else. What else we got down her? That ain't nothing. I tried that. That didn't work. It says share. Well, how am I going to share this and I'm already live? Don't know how that works. YouTube has picked up a couple of new tools since the last time I was on it anyway. It's been a few years ago. I just got to know how to tap into it. Maybe I don't have enough people. That's really what it is. I think once I pick up enough people, then I can have access to some of the things that they offer. There go Richie. Look like Richie about to park it too. Yes, you know that daggone TikTok suspended my life, man. That never, we ought to be complaining about that. Be complaining about why? Y'all go to church today? Who went to church? Anybody go to church? Does anybody ever go to church anymore?